Hello and welcome to the very first and back this year on air, the show, the Six Line Truth show, the talk show with me and also with some guests, but not today. Today is just me here. And Instagram is different in these days. Has anyone noticed that like they're doing a couple of things which are not funny? So I hope this live stream will work out well. I hope it's gonna be shown to you. So let's see who's here. Marie is here. Say hi in the comments. That would be super helpful to see who's here and to kind of push this live stream a little bit in front of people, because the Instagram is not so nice at the moment to show us all the things that we want to see. And that is also a topic they're going to talk about today. On air, the show is back. I'm super pumped. We are approaching the New Year's energy, and so a lot of new things are coming, and I always trust my splenic decision-making process. That am I on the right channel? Can you just tell me, Maria, which Instagram account am I on? I'm not sure if I'm on the right one. It should be this one, right? Ginger Rhino? Yeah, it's that one. See, I have a second account, and sometimes Instagram switches back and forth. My personal? You mean my business? That's my business. That's my business account. My human design business account. My personal account is the Design by Ginger. But maybe it's not. Maybe you mean the right thing. Absolutely okay. No, that's totally fine. Okay. We're perfect. It's perfect. It's just that the gram is a little bit grampy at the moment, and so I don't know who is watching. I cannot see it. So if you say hello, that would be amazing. So I just got out of a success session, my signature sessions, which I do once in a while. These are just one single sessions, and when I get invited, and it was so many things landed. They were so timely and so important to bring in here. There's Doreen. So that I always trust. I'm so cool, like a cucumber right now. I'm not operating in time, on time, off time, behind the time, in front of the time, whatever. I'm on splenic time. And like my mentor and I and all the splenic knows, we always say spleen is queen, right? Spleen is queen. And so it is amazing to see all of you here. Hi, hello. We have a Sunday weekly session from now on. So Sundays between 7 and 8. Between 7 and 8, I will come on here for Ginger, the on-air show. I will talk about a lot of, in six-line manner, what I observed from the roof moving into this new cross, especially when it comes to business, this industry, which we are all not part of it anymore, but I know a lot of you think you have to be part of it. Thank you so much. I have a little cozy jacket on here. I'm living in this bomber jacket. I always wanted to have a bomber jacket. I also know that so many of you have a feeling right now of newness, rebel energy. I want to break free from all these boxes and same, and these things of Bob Dylan. Thank you. I don't know, but I feel undefined G center is always very, it's the undefined G centers are the ones who are the most transformative in terms of self-expression and identity. So I always love to play around with this. This show, what to expect and how you can benefit from it. Of course, I'm always modeling something for my clients that we then discuss behind the scenes in all the different spaces, which excites me most. So after this, or actually this is already part of my projector signature called the stage. And so everything that I do in a 6-line role model 6-2 style is modeling something as a projector for my clients. And how you can benefit from it is I share what I see in this old program-based industry, what coaches are doing. I want to give you more awareness and information, especially when we go into this new year. It has not even begun. So we seem to be in the Gregorian calendar. We are in already 2023, but energetically we are not. And I want to encourage you. Today I will talk about the not self in the coaching industry, but I collect a lot of topics that come up over the week, and instead of jumping on and going live here and there, I wanted to make it more intentional. I want to give you the opportunity to schedule it into your calendar, have a tonic, a drink between 7 and 8 at some point. I will go live on Sundays first here, and then maybe at some point on my YouTube. I will let you know beforehand. But if you have questions while I'm sharing, riffing, please drop them in the question box. Talk about human design and business, lifestyle, whatever, the coaching industry, like all these questions about yourself, about how you experience that, the energetics. I really want to invite you to use this little question box here so that these questions don't get shoveled up in the comment section, and I can pull them up when it's correct and I can answer them. Okay. So what came up in this single session, the success session, that I decided, my Splenic decided to bring them back on. I do them once in a while. So if you want to have just one session with me, gain clarity, ask me anything, me looking at your business and your chart and getting clarity what to expect for your business, for yourself, and how you to set yourself up for 2023. Those sessions are so valuable for the strategy and the plan for this year for my clients. So I decided to open a couple of spaces. The information is in the link tree in my bio. You can read it. You can ask me about these questions, about the sessions. If you have questions, just send me a DM. Okay. Who is there? Oh, that hair. Yeah. It's like dry shampoo for 1 week. It's my secret. We all know this, right? The best hair styles are not with fresh hair. They're like when they're like a little bit handy, right? Stella, Manifester, 3-5. I love you. Hello, hello. Doreen knows it as well. Like we need something for touch cognition. I was like, fresh hair. You cannot style fresh hair. So kind of having that said, you see truth talk here. Let's not pretend I just styled myself for 10 hours. No, the second line, Splenic, 5 minutes. 5 minutes and I'm done. So natural, good at this. And so I'm just waiting for the stage projector clients to hop on, because we will discuss what I'm discussing afterwards. But I just continue to chatting with you. This is a whole trip of a week, right? Please comment below. There's Shannon. Hello. The stage projector number one. And I think Theta must be here in a second as well. Share in the comments, everyone who's here. How do you feel? I mean, I feel like on drugs the entire week, because I had a lot of things with my teeth needed to be done. Like my jar had to be adjusted, and they were pumping me full with the stuff so that you don't feel anything. And I never take anything. So it was like high. My brain was not functioning. And in those moments, you realize how clean I eat, how sensitive I am, what really my senses, my strongest senses as touch is. And then having all these things as a projector, 5 people, and I was laying on that chair 2 days in a row, 6 hours. Like that was a trip. And then I shared today in the HD Club already, we have gate 61 on. So we all have a feeling of 61, but some of my clients have it on all the time. And that's the gate of the truth. And the gate of the truth now connected to my defined anja is realization. That's amazing. Some of you will have clarity, incredible, yes, and it comes especially from manifestors, because that is the connection. Actually, the 61 I see always the mystic energy, and we won't have that energy anymore after 2027. That's the point. We don't have that anymore. So this is really important. The inner truth. It is the connection to this mystical, to the other realm. Right? This week in particular, like this, it is all very thin. It is all very mystical. We got downloads. We get then these realizations when you have highs and lows this week. Yeah, we had Mars going direct. So all these things are happening. And what also came up, and this is a lot of conversation I had with peers and clients, because channel of awareness is on and channel of synthesis is on. There's theta. And so there she is. Hello, gorgeous. Gotta talk to you. See you in a second on the call. So what is important with the synthesis? So when this channel is on, so you got to understand that this is just 6 days, and then the sun goes in a different gate. So different gates are activated. Your chart gets conditioned through the neutrino stream in a different way. So it's more a background frequency. But what is the background frequency? Background frequency is the program. So when the background frequency pushes something into the field, you see, I look at it, I know the transits, and then I look at my chart and my client's chart, how it activates it. And then I look at the industry, and I look at the collective, and I look at what people are sharing and how they're sharing, how they're showing up. So, and that got me also inspired to bring the on-air show back, because I feel like one of these Muppet Show people, you know them, who sit on the balcony and will look down, and once in a while I bring someone on the show to look down with them, and I know Doreen will be one of the first ones, and we just chit chat a little bit about what we observe as projectors, yeah, or not projectors. I also bring other, maybe Stella or other clients, other types, to have also other perspectives on what we observe. We don't want to change anything, but it is very important to, when we move into this year in particular, on the 21st, we actually go into the energy of the new year, that we have awareness about what's going on. Because I noticed this in this session that I just had, is when we feel a lot of things, and I know all of you here who are my clients, that the emotions, fears, doubts, insecurities, really once in a while survival mechanisms, and I really say mechanics, are coming up because the program is pushing it. And for me, and this is also what I text my mentor, is, hey, this is what's going on. These are my thoughts. I have these awareness, so I see the not self showing up, and then I text them something which I kind of can figure out when I study this myself, but to a certain point, especially as a second line, especially as a projector, I cannot see myself. I cannot see my blocks. So I text this, and once I get the information, the knowledge, the truth of it, I feel safe. There's Ellison. Hi. I'm going to see you in a second on our call. Yes, exactly. That's so good that you made it. So when you know the information, this is important exactly for, and this is what my especially projector clients feel, when you know that you're not weird, or that something is wrong with you. This is how we see the world. That is mechanically, our aura is working differently than the mechanics of a manifestor aura or a sacral aura, when you know this information, then you feel more safe, more secure, more relaxed in your own body. And then you don't doubt and question yourself that something is wrong, right? So the moment I get the information about what's going on, even though the reality does not change, but because I have a different perspective on it, I'm not part of the program anymore. I observe the program and my nervous system is suddenly calm. I know in 6 days, after 6 days, it is over, but I also know, okay, this is interesting. Like this energy that came up is awareness and synthesis. And synthesis is in the root, is from the root to the spleen, and it is the cross of revolution. And so the energy that is currently it's initiation energy. We are moving into the new year. We're not fully there yet. The Rave New Year starts with gate 41. That is all in the quarter of purpose, mutation. So we're at the end of the quarter. It's the fourth quarter, and there must be an evolutionary jump before we go into the next hexagon, into the next quarter, into the next line. From the sixth line to the first line of the next hexagon is an evolutionary jump necessary. And what is required? It's pressure. It is the root pressure. And who has the root defined here? Say defined root in the comments. I know my clients' charts in my head, but I just want to give you, and you got to feel this, and you know it's a pulse. It's not on all the time. You get the go, and a lot of you have a connection to the spleen as well. So the spleen is queen, like I said, Allison, you missed that. Spleen is queen. So just because you have the energy in your root and you could, have a pressure center there and it is a motor, it does not mean that root says it is healthy to move now. So here, as a manifestor, you need even, see how many defined roots. And I have an undefined root. Yeah, I have an undefined root. That's why I attract so many clients with a defined root, because when I'm with someone, I have more energy, but still I got to wait till spleen, the queen says go. But it does not say go. It says this is healthy. And this is more healthy than not going. So it's never a yes. It's always a healthy, not healthy, going away from something towards something more healthy, more thriving. So what I found really interesting is when we talk about knowledge and information about what I just talked about, you understanding your own energy in the context of the program, we currently get a understanding of, okay, if there's a bigger background frequency, 2027, right? A totally different background frequency. The ones who don't know what's going on will be fucked, like really fucked. And right now, it's like mini snippets of what is going to happen after post 2027, because we will have this massive evolutionary jump. And it already starts in March. So what I seen where I get fired up is that everything, even this morning, I was sitting there and this whole week I asked myself questions: shall I burn it all down or shall I blow it all up? Like blowing it all the way up. So shall I burn down the business? What is really my purpose? What do I really want? Have you asked yourself these existential questions of how shall this look like? Like Mars went direct. So there was another pushing energy of initiation into what you really want. And on the call in a second, when we get off this call and the stage projector call, we look at the business structures and the model that are required, particular for non-sacrals that look totally different than for sacrals, to create a business structure and the context that supports the energy that we got to work with post 2027, in particular when you don't have a sacral defined. And it is so important to know this, and then knowing how to bring that into the, not just knowing about what the what it is, but knowing how to live it in such a way and bring it into the 3D, into the program. Yeah, we have to not only observe the program, but work with it, work in our favor, because we will be the ones who are, when we're now bringing it back to this industry, we have that you have with what you hear me talking about and what we work on in your business, a big advantage, a USP, because you already went through it. And I mean, really, you're ahead of time in terms of what you're going through right now is what most of the big collective will go through after March, and very, very much after 2027. So what happened this week is channel of synthesis is essential needs. So asking yourself, what do I really need to thrive? And the energy of the spleen is survival. So our spleen kicks in when it's unhealthy, then we get fears. And if you don't have this, who has the spleen undefined here? When you don't have the spleen defined, you amplify even more the collective fears of survival. And another manifester is on here from the HD Club. Hi, Constanze. So you will amplify those fears. And when you don't understand that it is the current program, the neutrino field, or the collective, then you think it's yours. So the moment you understand that, you can relax and you can work with this in terms of you're looking at these things differently. So with this energy of right now, you have more an understanding and maybe feel. What I noticed is that a lot of people are investing right now in things that are supporting them. So right now, the energy is not so much about like really collective. The correct energy is not so much about thinking, what can I sell? How does the money come in? That's the fear that comes up. But what the body is naturally doing is investing in attention, time, resources in that make you feel safe, that make you feel thriving, that make you feel this is what I need to feel healthy, to thrive. This is the positive energy of it, because understand it's initiation energy. You realize, you have a realization, you have the truth suddenly there of this matters to me. This is what my truth is. Whether it's in relationships, hi Melanie, whether it's in relationships with your partner, whether it's your health. So people, for example, stock up on supplements, or they have conversations with their partner about the future of their relationship, or they think about moving into a different country and resettling, relocating. Like these are really big survival needs, but also what I see is a lot of business people invest, of course, at the beginning of the year, like calendar year, in coaching and support and knowledge and information, and like investing in business so that the business also has its needs met, meaning you support yourself so that you can thrive. But what also comes up is the detriment of it is, oh my God, I'm spending all these money and I'm invested and all this and nothing is happening. The return on investment is not there yet. So, you start going to the gym and there's no abs yet, or you start a health journey and it's not there yet. Like this is the pushing of the root, wants it now and wants the progress and wants to feel productive, but the mind kicks as well in. So there's a lot of things where you feel money fears. Money is and this makes me interested. Like, who is freaking out now about money? who is pushing that people throw money at them, who is using the whole fear and the not self patterns that come up around the mind, forcing, pushing, encouraging, manipulating people into investing out of fear to feel more safe. Do you see what I'm slowly going to? So there is this thing what our body is naturally doing to feel supported and feel safe. And then suddenly there comes money up, and we will see after March a lot of, this is so good, Stella, a lot of, I did that as well over summer already, because when we shift out of the money fear, and this is required for everyone, you cannot rely and depend on money to make more money. Like there must be a different relationship with it. And there is the ego, the heart center, that is the main center to look into it. But what is important is that money is always a resource, and who has the ego defined, we have a more natural relationship to these resources because we are here. We are more skillful with resources, like we can handle resources more well, and we have a different relationship in order to support the ones who don't have the ego defined. And so when resources change, especially this year and moving forward, we will see a lot of relationships also being blown up that are not really on a healthy foundation. It's the same with people relationships. When the foundation, the background frequency is on need, one person needs the other person to feel loved, it will blow up this year. When there is the money, I need the money, and I even hear people talking, women talking about, oh my God, I make 50, 80, 90K months, and I still am afraid that when I make an offer, it won't sell and I don't have more money coming in. It's still conditioning. It's still conditioning. There is still not self in the ego center. There is still something that is not integrated, and the entire relationship to money is not pure. So what happens, and this is the last thing that I wanted actually to come to, this is what I role model also for all my projectors here, what I observe because of this program in the industry, and I'm just talking about the industry because I came from the coaching industry, mostly United States, not so much in Germany. So this is what I'm talking about. There will be a lot of changes coming, even more, especially in the spiritual realm, of, energetics and feminine energy around money and wealth and manifestation and co-creation, while we had this big shift away from the masculine of funnels and manipulation and, pain point marketing. We don't want that either, but we will see a lot of things blowing up there. But when you look at these not self themes that I just were talking about, you at the moment this week in particular, with Mars going forward, there was a lot of aggressive energy, anger, rage coming up in all of us. Like, I don't want this anymore. I want this, and this is all in the synthesis of it all. Shows you just what is not healthy for you right now. Whether it's relationship, whether it's in-person relationships, whether it's a relationship to social media, your relationship to money. What is not healthy? Where do we need to look at? For me, it's on this moment of, at this point of integration of my design and how deep I'm in source and what I understand now, it's just mechanics. So you don't have to feel bad. You don't have to be afraid. It's really when you know about this, what's going on, you can take different action. And when you know how to translate this into a business context, whether it's client attraction, sales, marketing, correct for your type, for your profile, for your definition, then you will always feel empowered, no matter what's going on and around you, to make a good decision moving forward. So when we look at that, the energy right now is from, I want to blow up my business, I don't want my business anymore this way, then I want to invite you to ask yourself, it's not about the business, it's not about the label that you have on your head, whether you say you're a coach, you're a mentor, or whatever, or with this clients, or I don't want this offer anymore. Go into the question, what is not healthy in your business, in your relationships, in your life? What is not healthy? And where do you feel stuck, and where do you not feel you can thrive, depending on the truth that you have now about yourself? Where's the truth about what you know? And usually, I really want to, and this is the biggest challenge for everyone, you know what you want, and you know what you actually want to thrive, and then you think, yeah, but this is not possible. How can I make money? This would mean I have to get rid of all what I have built. This is completely different. Or I don't know how to attract that next level client who I really want to work with, or this is too controversial. No, all projectors, right? We know they don't get me. Like, all what comes up is what I usually work with my clients through, because that's not self. That is true. If you want this, if your body tells you this is more healthy to thrive, this is what we're going to create. This is available. This is the only way actually that works. And so that's exactly the gap, because you don't know how to, it's not about that you don't know how to build this or how to create it. It's about, how do you get out of the patterns that keep telling you, the not self and the mind, that this is not possible. You don't know enough. You're not good enough. You don't have the business model, you don't have the audience, you don't have whatever it is. That's the program, and this is what we need to talk about. And this is what I usually work with my clients through, because for me it's crystal clear. It just takes one session and we kind of flip it, and then there's again a different pattern that causes a different fractal. And about fractals I was talking in the HD club today in the transmission. I'm not talking about fractals today. But what is happening right now at the moment, the mind is the biggest not self theme that people are marketed to. So when people say at the beginning of the year, you gotta go all in, and what is your vision for 2023? And you have to get clear about the income that you want to make. How do you feel? Like, there's so many people now on here. I'm very excited. Hello and welcome, like, to the show. You're very invited to comment, because I am role modeling in projector style what I observe in this industry, and I'm talking about it, and leave something for you here on the table, and you can do whatever you want with it. But definitely, when you have awareness about what's going on in the program, you will be always one step ahead. So when you feel you get marketed and promoted at every beginning of the year or once in a while, but very, very impactful. Right now, you see this. The program is pushing the energy of survival needs. You do not know. You have to thrive. Like, the energy, the root is pushing you forward. But then there comes the not self of, oh my God, but if I want this, then how do I get this? And this all-in energy, as it's just as a side note, is not correct for so many of us right now. And the ones who are feeling pressured to invest and to buy, it doesn't feel good. It's a purely mind decision. It's the not self. And if you want to go all in, I tell you, go all in into your intuition, into your authority. And know that that is the much better way to do it. So let me know in the comments, what do you feel when you see these messages popping up? Because this is what gives you an indicator about how you feel about it, what your authority is. Now, what I also see is that the biggest, and this is where the projector aura picks exactly that up. As projectors, we see, what do we see? My clients know that. We don't look at the symptoms, we look at the problem. So when, yeah, of course, you see it boring. Exactly, like, tell me something more. as sacrals respond to the symptom of people. Oh, I see, this is what my audience needs, or this is the problem here, the symptoms, right? They think this is the problem, but it is, and I can help people. And so I create something that helps people and that solves a problem. It's not. We know it is deeper. So all projectors see the root of the problem, the source of the problem. And projectors see the source of the problem. Manifestors initiate the solution. Okay? And projectors guide the energy efficiently, so that actually all the generators who are always responding to the symptom, but they have no awareness that this is just a symptom, it's not the problem. Projectors are here to guide the energy while the sacrals create the solution in the most efficient way. So it all comes together. But when a whole industry is marketing and selling in the same way, and 75% of the population are sacrals, you see that it is working to a certain point. But what we're gonna see this year is, we see that a lot of people are gonna go, fuck it, I have the same symptom coming up over and over and over again. This cannot be the root. This is I have to go deeper. And so projectors go like, I told you, I'm telling you. But all you projectors, you're telling them, but you're not marketing it in a way that that you understand, that they understand it, because we need to kind of package it up differently. Let's say it this way. Theta, that's such a good question. Let me answer this in a second. If you have questions, put them in the little box, please. I'm fully in my inner winter right now and always embrace slow living in January because my birthday is in January, and usually want for it to set the intention for my personal year. That's beautiful. My birthday is also in January. When is your birthday? So your personal intention for your personal year this year is the year of the invitation. 2023. So I don't know what your design is. Become the author. I don't know what your name is, honey. Can you just put your name in here and your energy type, your design? Because for all of us, it's the year of the invitation, and it's about becoming the version that creates the destiny that we have been on the path now, from 2023. So, oh, Chris, do you change, Chris? Did you change your? I know you, Chris. I have the same birthday, same date, 27th as well. That's interesting. Yeah. So Theta, you put it in the same box. Doesn't matter. What I mean is this little question error here on the side, but I'm gonna answer it in a second. Manifestors can help with. Oh, hold on. It's a different question. Okay, so the question, Theta, was, does it work for projectors to work with manifestors? Yeah, it's perfect. Like, it's really a good collaboration. I work a lot with. I have collaborated in the past with a lot of manifestors, and actually it's so beautiful because you don't, I always felt inspired through my throat, undefined throat, but defined throat, really, really very, very nourishing, very amazing conversations and potent results. And because there's no sacral involved, it felt very chill, but in a good way, but I wanted to bring one thing forward. So we're going to continue the conversation theta in the stage call in a second. The manifestor can help with initiating this venture, so the projector can guide. Yes, exactly this. Exactly, that is it. Can projectors work well with manifestors? Okay, you just said it. Yeah, absolutely. Half my clients are projectors and manifestors, out of such delicious energy. Yeah. I mean, I love working with my sacral clients as well because their sacral is healthy for me. I only choose sacral clients that really feel healthy, where I feel thrive, and I'm not available for conditioned sacrals and at all anymore. It doesn't feel good. But I want to bring one point across for your awareness that benefits you, to look at these things that are happening in right now, and they will change. I'm gonna tell you this in this live stream, and this is also what I model for my clients. I know what's coming. And I'm sharing this to share this because it's important, because in a couple of weeks things will change and you maybe remember that, and there is another option available. And it's important, if you feel ahead of time, if you feel you have a different perspective on everything, it's not about judging what is outdated anyways. We don't want to change it. We don't want to waste energy for changing something old. I'm not interested in that. But what I'm interested is in particular kind of creating an army of projectors and an army of thought leaders and an army of forward thinkers and trailblazers and manifesting trailblazers and sacrals who are really ahead of time. This is what my vision is, to gather them and have them speak about the things. It's not about getting louder and creating a movement. We're going into 2027. It's not about a movement anymore. It's not about community anymore. It's about the individual. Yeah. And so every individual got to share their perspective from a non-attached way, because there will be a lot of people who are looking for other thinking leaders, for other coaches, other mentors, other guides that help them. And this is now coming back to the point to really create a individualized, differentiated solution for that works for them. This is about, it doesn't matter which type you are as a mentor, as a coach, your offers have to be fully aligned with your design, because that is what your dream clients need. And then how we create these offers gonna be marketed also to one specific person, so that every client will be feeling finally this super individualized, customized shift. That is what is coming, and that is what we do in the stage. This is what comes up in the offer atelier, what I have planned, because this is what is the only way moving forward. People are asking, what does it mean for me? It's still not working. And right now, what is mostly marketed is the not self of the mind. Coaches and people always market to the not self of the mind. You don't know enough. And the other day, I had a coach in front of me shouting at people, they're not going all in, why they're not going all in, and they're not knowing enough to do it alone, and they have to keep buying more and have to keep investing more. And I say it's not correct for everyone, especially if you're not a first line, to buy all the courses. The first line has to study. It's in your design. It's your foundation to feel safe. Also, if you have a certain motivation that requires education, yes, it is so differentiated. And so I'm so done, and I'm at the point so amused about looking at these people trying to market one thing that works for them as the thing, And everybody else should do that. Should, even using this word. Like, we're so over it. Hello, we're in 2023. I mean, not even yet, but do you get me? Are you with me? Can I get a amen if you're with me? Because this is marketing to the not self mind of you don't know enough and you have to invest in education. I say, no, not education. Self-understanding, yes. Design, yes. If you want to invest in something, invest in yourself right now. Because when the money goes away, all the cars or the apartment or whatever, I tell you this, invest in your understanding yourself energetically. Like whatever you can put in. I would rather sell all my designer handbags to pay my coach. This is not important for me. The moment I noticed this on the call with my mentor or just in the chat, when I ask a question, hey, this and this and this is going on, and she tells me something, what she sees, my nervous system is calm. Like the nervous system will be after March, the biggest point of not being in the head. And when you know these things, you always win. You always win. What that means for you, not just knowing what a coach. So what is, the problem is even when people still use the word mindset. Can I just mindset? No mindset. Mindset is program. There is no mindset. Forget it. If you still work with someone who used the word mindset, it's old program. Like most coaches in the entire industry, everybody is selling and teaching outdated stuff. Ask yourself, is your business built on cross-off planning, old principles, or are you working already on cross-off the new cross-off the Phoenix principles? That is coming. This is after 2027. And it takes a while, and we already feel it. It's not just that clock 27 is there and suddenly everything is different. It already starts now. People are already feeling this individual desire. What does it mean for me? What is in for me? Why is it still not working? And why is it not working? It's not working for them. They feel it. And what are they doing? What are they doing? I need a new course. I need to know more. And then it's marketed to the second thing, which is the self-worth. So first, you don't know enough, and then it's not working because they get sold something that is homogenized, that is not individualized, and then they get told you're not good enough. So they market then to the not self of the ego, and 75% have an undefined ego. So there is this, I don't know enough here, I'm not good enough here, and also the sacral, all of you undefined sacral, I'm not doing enough. I have to push more. I cannot relax. All undefined sacral manifest as projectors. So the guilt and the conditioning and the shoulds around the sacral is the biggest money block and the biggest self-sabotage that we have, especially as women. I have to work harder. I cannot receive. I cannot relax. It's not possible to have life coming to me as projectors. I have to launch more. Yeah. It is, we have to distinguish. Yes, you get to, if you are interested in design, you get to know more. It is a lifelong study. It's not, and projectors have to become correct projectors. And correct projectors can only be guided through source material. Everything else is too surface layer. I just say it's not working, but it is not, it doesn't go deep enough for what's coming. So my passion is, yes, you have to know more, and but I don't tell you you're stupid. I tell you, you know it already. My spleen has to get rid of everything that is too much in your business. We cut out everything, and I just translate my transmitter, translate it in your context. That's all. You have everything in you already. The program in your cells is there, but there's so many layers on top of it that the program the coaches have put on that you don't have access to it. So it's not that, and this, what is here, requires mutation, and it does not require knowing more, because a lot of you who are my clients now know and feel it. It takes time. It takes time that it lands in your body. You cannot understand how to be a correct projector by understanding it. It's, you feel it one moment and you go like, fuck, this is recognition. Oh my God. Right? Hi, Paulina. I have no idea. I have no time. Sorry. I was just on at some point. So you're perfect and no worries. So, and by the way, you're in the lounge. I will put up the recording in the lounge and in the club. So the point is that when, and this is important, that when you projectors see these things happening, people need awareness. They don't see it. They don't see it. And we'll talk about it with my projectors in the stage in a second, what that means for their business and their offers and their context, because they're not all business coaches. They're all kind of mentors, guides, healers, and all that, right? So without telling them you're doing something wrong, are you stupid, like the aura, pulling back the aura and sharing it, it is mechanics. Understanding that those mechanics, it's very subtle. It took me so long to get here to be able to teach this and guide this, and now I'm like, okay, I'm not burning down my business. Like, I have work to do. I'm gonna blow it all up, especially when now I get the invitations from all this industry. I just have to open my phone. Like, okay, every Sunday I have a whole list what I want to talk about. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go here. We have a juice, and all my projector clients go like, okay, she's doing it. Let's talk about it. How do you do it? How can I do it in my business? You know, this is the thing. I have created my business so that I'm just doing my thing. And because I'm doing my thing, my clients benefit from it. And I want this for your business too, because then business is not business. Business is just being. And the more you're being yourself, the more flourishing your business is. And that's for all types. It's not just for projectors. You get it? So you all have a sense for what's off, and it's not only your not self being triggered by someone. There is something not correct for you, whether you are in your business, whether you're working with someone where you feel like, and you think, tell me. I have been there. I'm always like, I'm doing what you tell me, coach, but it's not working. So I don't get it. I'm stupid. I need to know more. Tell me more, and asking better questions and being a better client and like all this thing. I had that too. And now I understand they didn't get me as a projector. They didn't understand my definition and what my specifics require. Yes, it's a relief to be yourself, but it's the biggest challenge, because all the world wants you to not be yourself, wants you to be your not self, because then everybody else will make a lot of money from you when you're not self, because you purchase the next program, you hire the next coach who tells you they have the solution for X, Y, Z, and you focus always about that thing outside, that business outside of you, or this program outside of you, or that that coach outside of you. But it has to come back to you and people who are guiding you back to you, and there are not many out there. And especially when it comes to projectors, understanding your energy can only another projector. There are mentors who can help you, who are not types, with a lot of things. Manifestors can empower projectors beautifully into certain things, but a manifestor cannot teach a projector how to become a projector. A manifesting generator cannot teach a projector how to run their business efficiently. It's not working because it's under other different mechanics. And I don't know how to be a sacral, but I can receive it. I have wisdom in my sacral, but it will still, I also will never know fully what it is to be an emotional authority. But I have wisdom in my undefined solar plexus that helps me receive information that my clients need to decondition around their solar plexus. So it is so subtle and it's so beautiful, and you all have these gifts, and they need to be amplified in your business. And I know it feels scary, and I know it requires a lot of resilience and holding that fucking energy until we are there, that everybody else requires that, and we're ahead of time. And that's the most important thing, to understand that it feels scary, and it feels very much, that things are not working right away, or that your business completely crumbling because it gets deconstructed. It's like, you have to imagine right now what you're doing with your body, with your energy, with your business. It's like you bought an incredible house and you want to remodel it and make it bigger and better and brighter and perfect for you. And so that means you're going to tear down that wall and make the room bigger, and you replace the windows and make them bigger and better and more healthy, and more efficient, all these things. And you are on this construction area and you think, oh my God, I don't even have a house to live in. And you get scared, and you maybe have survival needs. And I come to you and say, you know what? You're building something. And your house will be safe and big and beautiful and perfect for you. And in the meantime, just go and get an Airbnb. It's okay. You don't have to camp on that construction field. Yeah, that means this Airbnb is the space with a mentor where you feel safe and you can relax and you have a different perspective on it all. You see? And with this distance, especially projectors, you need to pull back the aura and look at it from a different place, so that you share in a different way instead of absorbing everything. Because what the most important thing is, and that's last point, and then I continue the conversation with my clients in this stage, is that when you always navigate from your not self of not knowing enough, and you trust these coaches more than yourself, it won't work, because your not self will always recreate the patterns of the fractal it's like distorted. The mechanics, the fractal is an energy construct out of patterns. And when you get marketed and believe things that are not correct for you, you continue doing things that will never bring in the things you want, or it will always feel hard. So there is an energy shift coming, and I'm really, really excited. Be aware about what you get marketed to. Be aware about what you market to your clients. But most importantly, if you feel right now, especially this week, that there's something not healthy, there's something where you could thrive more, and especially when you express yourself more with your truth, there is a truth in it. And it is now time to build that, because once we are in after 21st and going, especially after March, it's going to be so much forward momentum that you want to be ready. You want to have your business structures fully aligned with your design. You want to know what to focus on, where your attention has to go, and then how to bring that into your content and marketing, positioning yourself, but not in an industry, more in your way. And the fractal will bring in the clients. I will talk more about these things the next weeks for sure, to give you a different perspective, what you can look at. And if you want me to look at your chart and your business, as I said, I have now a one-off session in my Linktree. If that is helpful and beneficial for you to gain clarity, I would be happy to guide you in that too. Is that true that the emotional center won't be an energy center anymore in 2027? No, that's not true. That's not true. I will pick that up, and if you have a specific question, I am happy to answer that either in the club, Paulina, or next week. definitely I will hop off and go into the stage with my clients. And that was so fun with you today. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, send me a message. I would love to hear from you. And then I'm going to see you next Sunday. Okay? That was fun. Thank you so much for joining. I'm very excited. I love you. Yes. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.